Hello and welcome to Valuechain News. I am Naomi Oleribe. First, the headlines. Oil remains relevant despite all odds. Silver. NLNG commits to cleaner production environments. We care to oil thieves. We won't tolerate economic sabotage. And now, the news in detail. The federal government yesterday stated that despite global push for the stoppage of the exploration of fossil fuels, crude oil will continue to be relevant in the coming years. Speaking on the third day of the Nigeria International Energy Summit, NIES, tagged Revitalizing the Industry, Future Fuels and Energy Transition, the Minister of State for Petroleum said industry stakeholders must begin to drive a new narrative using gas as a transition fuel, stating that the oil and gas industry would face more scrutiny in their operations and business models in the coming days. Sylvia noted that operators would have to explain more often the impact of the activities on the environment. In addition, he stated that their contributions to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and their efforts towards achieving net zero carbon emissions will be questioned more often. While we pursue the country's energy transition agenda, let us also recognize that fossil fuels will continue to play a critical role in our energy and economic system.
Fossil fuels will still remain important and will remain an integral part of the vision in our energy transition journey.
Silva stated that the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, in discharge of its mandate, would continue to be an enabler to make a seamless energy transition in Nigeria happen. The Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas (NLNG) Limited has said it is committed to providing a cleaner production environment in Nigeria as a way of supporting the country's energy transition target. Engineer Falade Leye, General Manager Production, NLNG, said this during the CEO roundtable at the ongoing Nigeria International Energy Summit (NIES) holding in Abuja on Tuesday. According to him, NLNG's investments are emission compliant as the company seeks to ensure that its portfolio are attractive to both consumers and investors.
But it's much more about that for us. It's more about the value we create in keeping our environment clean. So when we go back to our vision as a company that is helping to build a better Nigeria, we didn't see anywhere else that could find expression than just helping to create cleaner fuel and saving lives. Saving lives because statistics history tells us that 100,000 people die every year in Nigeria due to smoke inhalation.
At NLNG, we value cleaner production environments and we have worked to make sure we don't have issues with our host communities over the years, he said. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike said that his administration will not allow any act of economic sabotage such as crude oil theft to take place in the state. Governor Wike said the war against illegal refining of crude oil is not about political party but about Nigeria and its survival. He stated that it is also about ensuring that the health of Rivers people is not endangered. The Rivers State Governor stated this during a security meeting he had with the heads of security agencies in the state and 5 local government chairmen at Government House in Port Harcourt. Governor Wike commended the security agencies and some chairmen of the councils who have shown seriousness in the fight against operators of illegal crude oil refineries in the state. Tanzania's public and private institutions have signed a total of 36 memorandums of understandings (MOU) valued at $7.49 billion with the United Arab Emirates (UAE) counterparts. This was reviewed yesterday by Investment, Industry and Trade Minister Dr. Ashatu Keith Aji, when addressing the Business and Investment Forum held alongside the Dubai Expo. The event was officiated by President Samir Suluhu Hassan and attended by over 400 members of business communities from Tanzania and UAE. Speaking during the event, Dr. Keith Aji said the signees testified the two sides' commitment to continue strengthening and promoting economic ties. This forum provides opportunities for both countries to consolidate and strengthen economic relations through investment and trade, which align with Tanzania's government's efforts to drive economic growth and sustainable development through industrialization, she said. Italian oil giant Eni said on Tuesday it would withdraw from the Blue Stream gas pipeline linking Russia to Turkey, in which it has 50% stake. Eni intends to sell its stake in Blue Stream, a company spokesman said, following moves by rivals BP and Shell to divest from Russia-linked projects after Moscow invaded Ukraine. The company controls the gas pipeline which links the two countries via the Black Sea, equally with Russian energy giant Gazprom. Eni's current presence in Russia is marginal, and joint ventures with Russian energy giants Rosneft linked to exploration licenses in the Arctic have already been frozen for years due to sanctions imposed on Russia since 2014, the spokesman said. Public agitations against rising foreign debts have put pressure on the federal government to ensure prudent utilization of foreign loans, even as it has stepped up a task force on disbursement of donor-funded projects. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, said this while addressing members of the federal legislature at a retreat in Lagos yesterday. Her words, it is public knowledge that there have been increased public agitations against rising foreign debt levels. This has put immense pressure on government to ensure prudent management of resources, improve transparency and accountability in the utilization of funds from donor agencies for maximum positive impacts on the economy. She said donor financing, especially from multilateral bodies such as the World Bank and the African Development Bank, was one of the critical sources of funds for execution of key projects in the country, and noted that the nation was not receiving the best from the implementation of donor finance projects. She stated, notwithstanding the efforts and resources committed in procuring development financing for critical sectors of the economy to boost human capital development, improve infrastructure and service delivery, as well as strengthen governance and institutions, the country appears not to have made the desired progress in this direction. Much still remains to be streamlined. It is important to mention that when borrowed funds fail to be properly utilized and to deliver on planned development objectives, growth is impaired and economic development is distorted. Before we end the news, here's a recap of our headlines. Oil remains relevant despite all odds. Silver. NLNG commits to cleaner production environments. Wike to oil thieves, we won't tolerate economic sabotage. And that's the news. I am Naomi Oleribe. Good evening.